What is good, YouTube? This is Daniel, Veterans with Anxiety here, and we are back with another Storytime episode today, guys. And check it out. This video is going to be a crazy one, so stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about the time that I legit had to run from the cops. I had to evade the police during a deal. Alright, so stay tuned for this one. Watch it to the very end. It helps me out the most. And then also don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not yet already. Leave comments down below and then hit that post notification bell and switch it to all. That way you get notified of every single video right as soon as they drop. This Storytime episode takes place back in the summer of 2020. Back when I was still living with my mom at her apartment and I was deep into my active addiction. I wake up one morning and of course I'm in full-blown withdrawal as always. But luckily for me at this time, I actually had like a couple of $100 still in my bank account because like during this time was around that time when I was kind of doing some eBay stuff, and y'all already know the story, alright? You've probably seen the video. So anyway, that was around that time, alright? So I had money. And of course, you know, the very first thing I did in the morning before getting dressed, before even taking a piss in the morning, was grab my phone and hit up Gordo. Hit up Gordo to place my order for that morning so that way he can come deliver to me. So I give him the old call and he answers right away, and he basically tells me that it's gonna be about 35 minutes before he gets there. And so I jump in my car and I start heading down to the nearest ATM that was located by my house. I get to the same ATM as I always would, and unfortunately this thing was out of network, and so I had to pay that $3.50 fee every single time I went there, when I literally could have easily just drove 2 more minutes down the road to my bank's actual ATM with no fees. But you know, at that time I was so like deep in addiction that I didn't want to waste a single second. I wanted to be able to grab that money and get straight back to the spot so that way I could be there in time for the driver. I did not want them showing up before I did. So I get to this ATM, right, and I get there, I put my card in and I pull out my usual $200 for the day, and I hop back in the car and I head back home. And now it's time to play the old waiting game, guys. Y'all already know the waiting game. Who's gonna call who first? I get a phone call, and of course I'm getting excited because of course I think it's Gordo, and you know what I'm saying? And I grab my phone, pick it up, and I answer it, and of course it's the damn bank or some debt collector or whoever it was, basically harassing me to get their money back that I had owed them from some previous shit that I had done. Anyways, like I said, you know, the withdrawals, they were feeling pretty fantastic by this point. Another 10 or 15 minutes goes by and Gordo finally gives me that call. I answer the phone and I'm just like, hello, what's going on, man? And Gordo's just like, go outside. Hangs up the phone right away. So I grab my cash and I get it all nice and neat like I usually would, you know what I mean? Get it all freaking sorted out and this and that and everything, so that way when I get to this dude's car, when I get to the driver's car, the deal goes smoothly. That's what the plan was, at least. I go outside and I start slowly walking down to where the driver is parked. He usually parks in the same exact parking spot. So I go outside of my apartment, I walk around the corner very slowly, and as I'm walking to his car, I'm making sure to be very aware of my surroundings. This is how I was back in addiction, you know? Even in the military, they teach you this sort of thing, and it kind of stuck with me, and so I was always looking behind my back, side to side, front and back, you know what I'm saying? I knew what was going on around me. And at that moment, you know, when I'm walking up to the driver's car, there's literally nobody even outside. No cars driving by, no pedestrians walking on the sidewalk, literally nothing, and definitely not a single cop in sight. This parking lot was one of those types of parking lots where you end up parking diagonally instead of straight onto the curb. It's more of like a diagonal turn in there, and this is going to be important just for, you know, the sake of this story, for the information of this story, mainly because it gave us a certain field of view. And at that time, Gordo actually had 2 different drivers. One of them was named Alex, and then the other one was named Carlos. Carlos was a lot different than the way Alex was, alright? Because Carlos, on the other hand, did not speak any English at all, alright? Like, literally, I had to communicate with this dude through Google Translate and, like, hand signals and shit like that, right? But Alex, on the other hand, he could actually speak English, and we could communicate a little bit better. And Alex used to even like kind of hook me up on the side, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and him were cool. But with Carlos, he was a lot more strict about everything, and it was hard to communicate. We had to literally communicate through Google Translate and like hand signals and things like that. And of course, you know, money's also pretty much a universal language. So at this point, I'm inside of the driver's car, I'm in the front passenger seat, and we're just parked right there in front of my apartments. Now, I know this is gonna sound a little crazy and honestly very stupid, but the fact of the matter is that my apartment complex was legitimately located directly across the street from Las Vegas Metro Police headquarters, bro. I am talking, this police station was so close to my apartments that I could literally read the writing that was on their front door, their hours, all of that kind of thing. And so more than likely, you know, it really wouldn't be that dumb to think that since we can see them that easily, that they could probably see us pretty easily as well. But like a true junkie at that time, I did not care. And even when Gordo would mention it, because he would, like, he knew that place was right across the street, he would mention it to me all the time. Why are we meeting here? We need to go somewhere else. And I would always downplay it. I was always telling him, like, yo, just calm down. You know, everything's chill around here. They don't even pull up around here. You know what I mean? This whole area around that, like, police station is just, it's perfect. It's so calm. They don't even know, because I needed that dope no matter what. As I'm inside the driver's car, I'm on my phone and I'm sitting here typing up on Google Translate so that way I could tell Carlos what I needed for that day. I end up buying 2 grams of black and 1 gram of white. These dudes used to hide their dope literally underneath the driver's seat, right? It was underneath the driver's seat and was inside of this silicone like caulking tube. You know what I'm talking about? You like caulk windows with it with this silicone stuff. And legitimately, dude, the driver was like, both of them, Alex and Carlos, they would used to wear this construction outfit, literal, like a construction vest, a whole like reflective vest to sort of disguise themselves and like blend in and shit, you know what I mean? Dude was about to go lay down some asphalt, but not that kind of asphalt, you know what I'm talking about? So he opens up this tube, right? And he unscrews it and everything, and inside of it there's 2 Ziploc baggies. One of them is full of white balloons and the other one is full of all the black balloons. And I'm talking, this is a big like Ziploc freezer bag, bro, completely full of balloons. And I'm just sitting here looking at it like in complete awe, in complete amazement, wanting to just grab that whole thing and dip right out. You know what I'm talking about? It was always on my mind. One other interesting fact to add really quick to this is that inside of these bags that they would store the balloons in, they would literally rub the inside of the Ziploc bag with Vicks Vapo Rub. And the whole point of that was to give off that massive like menthol, you know, minty type of smell or whatever. And I guess it's supposed to block the scent from the police canines. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether or not it ever works or if it actually works, because I've never been in that situation to have to test it out, thankfully. But that's what they did, and I would always remember like getting my balloons and they would stink, bro. Like they were smelling like Vicks for real. And also, all of the balloons are color coded, so that way they know exactly what it is and how much is in there. So he ends up handing me over like 6 balloons and totaling up to, you know, like I said, the 2 grams of the black and then the 1 gram of the white. And as this dude is handing me these balloons and I'm got my hand out and I'm about to grab them, I see in the rear view mirror, and bro, it is a cop driving slowly behind us, right? The cop ends up pulling into the parking spot that was 3 slots down from us, all right? Like I said, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm on the right side of the car here in the United States. And so there's 2 other cars in between us and that cop car on the right side, okay? And all I can see at this point is just the light bars of the cop car literally pointing right at us, like at a T-bone, you know, intersection type of a thing. Because we're parked something like this, and the cop, he's parked like literally looking directly at us. And let me tell you what, man, I did not say a freaking word to this dude at first because I was scared, okay? Not completely about the cop, but more so about what is he gonna do. What's Carlos about to do? Because I have never been in this situation with a cartel driver before, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to really protect me. You understand what I'm getting at? And so I'm getting super worried at this point. I don't know what the Mexicans or like the cartel bosses end up telling their drivers, you know what I mean, what to do when they're about to get completely screwed. But I promise you, I did not want to have to find out. And so I made sure to keep this dude cool. So the cop drives behind us and he parks where he's at, like I said. And just the way he was parked, man, I'm telling you, it was so sus, alright? And mind you, at this point, Carlos still is completely unaware that the cop is literally right next to us. He's completely unaware, has no idea, because I haven't even told him yet. It's just all in my mind at this point, right? And so I look over at the driver, I look over at Carlos, and I'm just like, bro, there is a cop right there. This dude ends up looking at me in the most confused way ever, more than likely because he didn't fully even understand me what I just told him, but he was just like, oh, policia? And I'm just like, yes, right there. Dude still isn't fully catching on yet, and so I point to the freaking cop car, literally, I point right there, I'm like, bro, look, and he sees the light bar. And as soon as he freaking sees that light bar, man, bro, Carlos flipped. He flipped out, man. Dude immediately grabs this water bottle, right? He goes in the back seat and picks up a water bottle and throws it into my lap. And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? And then he points to my hand that was full of all the balloons. And he basically signals to me, swallow them. I remember looking at this dude like, bro, hell no. You are absolutely insane if you think I'm doing that. Because like there had been many times, guys, that I had picked up from Gordo, and sometimes them balloons aren't actually fully sealed up. Like I'm talking sometimes the balloon, the rubber would be completely ripped. Like sometimes it didn't even come in a balloon, it'd be literally just a foil piece. Or sometimes the balloon would just have a hole in it. And so I was not about to take that risk, bro, of popping an open balloon. Because I promise you, that's an OD waiting to happen at that strength, you know what I mean? A whole G. So like, bro, I was not about to take that risk. Carlos literally wanted me to just swallow these balloons and walk out of the car as if nothing ever happened. So I look at Carlos with the most serious face and I speak at him with the most serious tone in my voice, and I tell him, bro, if you make me get out of this car right now, I promise you they are gonna come to you first. I had no clue if that was true or not, right? But dude, I had to do something. This fool was trying to kick me out right there in the open, out in the open with the cops. I was trying to get him to drive us around, you know, to the back of my apartment. So that way we could get like out of the car, or at least I could get out of the car, and then he could drive away and I could run away. But he wasn't doing it right away. He was hesitating. He was still hesitating. And at the same time, you know, I'm also thinking to myself, like, I'm not even fully sure if the police even knew what we were doing, or if they were even there for us in the first place, you know what I mean? But I was kind of thinking to myself, well, they probably still thought like this is whatever was happening here was a little suspicious, and maybe we got profiled just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about how we looked at the time and everything like that. So you never really know. But man, what really had me shocked, to be honest, was the fact that Carlos really did not know what to do. This dude was scared. He was absolutely nervous and scared for his life, for real. He didn't know what to do, right? And so that started to scare me, because like I can already tell this is about to be a bad situation. This dude can't handle himself. I'm just thinking like, bro, this dude is supposed to be some cartel delivery driver with the hardcore Mexican cartel dudes, and he's literally sitting there froze up like a sitting duck, dude, just waiting for the cops to roll up on him and pull him out this car. But I can tell you this, man, not on my damn watch. I'm just like, bro, we need to get the hell out of here now. Seriously, put that thing in reverse and let's get the hell out of here right now. Leave. I tell him to take me around the corner to the back of my apartments, like I was saying, so that way he could let me out, and that way he can get on the main road and just drive off. So that's exactly what we did, praying to God that this cop doesn't just pull right up behind us and pull us over right away. So we start pulling out of this spot, right? And we're pulling out slowly. We get onto this road and we start heading down to where we gotta make these 2 right turns, okay? Because we're gonna have to make 2 right turns to get to the back of this apartment, all right? And by the time we pulled up to that first right turn, that's when the cop starts following us, literally. He starts pulling up like he's gonna get behind us again, and thankfully, dude, like an act of God, a literal miracle, we were able to turn that corner and drive just enough far down to turn that next corner before the cop could even turn the first one, okay? And so we were already out of his sight and behind my apartments and into another parking spot just like that. We were just hoping to lose this cop, you know what I mean? We were just hoping to lose him, hope that he would keep driving down the road, whatever, you know what I mean? But we're scared, we're freaking out, we don't know what to do, we don't know what's going on, we're tripping for real. Right as we pull into this spot though, I won't even lie, I reached for that door handle and I was about to just book it out of there, right? And when I started reaching for that handle, Carlos locks the doors on me real quick and he's just like, no, stop. He stops me, right? Because he didn't want to get boxed in when I just take off, you know? He didn't know whether or not the cops were literally sitting right there waiting for us or what the deal was. And so what he wanted to do was pull out of that spot again after we waited a couple of seconds, you know what I mean? Make sure the coast is clear, sort of. And he pulls out slowly and he gets back onto the road, right? And when he gets onto the road, he parks, he stops, and he unlocks the doors. And man, as soon as he did that, bro, I was out of there. I opened this thing and I just start booking it. What? I get up to my apartment gate and I have a key to this thing, right? And I'm just like, bro, I'm not even wasting time trying to unlock this shit. I hop this freaking 7-foot tall gate with no there's like no way to really hop it. You literally have to just grab onto it, pull yourself up over it, and literally hop that thing. And that's what I did like it was nobody's business, bro. I did not care. My adrenaline was pumping, son. And when I got through, so with this apartment complex had a courtyard, and I'm booking it through the courtyard as fast as I can. Running fast, right? And my neighbors are outside. I got neighbors outside. They're all tripping. They don't know what's going on. They see me running into my apartment. I get to my apartment and I'm fumbling with the keys, right? I'm fumbling at the front door. I'm like, dude, trying to get inside. I finally get the door open. I open it up and I run in there. I slam the door behind me. And immediately, as soon as I got into my house, I ran straight to the window. I ran straight to the window where that driver normally would park and where that cop kind of was at first. And I was looking around outside trying to see like what was going on, to see whether or not maybe the driver got pulled over or what was going on, you know what I mean? Because I had no clue at this point yet. And man, let me tell you, bro, I was worried. Like seriously, I was starting to get really, really worried. Like if this dude gets pulled over, you know, a couple blocks down the street and he ends up getting arrested or whatever it is, you know what I mean? You're messing with the cartel. Bro, I did not want to find out what would happen next after that, and so I was praying to God that this fool got away, you know? Nothing was really going on, though, like I said, seriously, like, nothing was going on outside of my apartments. It seemed like the coast was clear again, like, everything was all chill. And then I get a phone call, and I'm sure you can all guess exactly who in the heck this was. It was Gordo, of course. And he's calling me, asking me the same question that I'm asking myself over and over again in my mind. What in the hell is going on, bro? What the hell just happened? Gordo starts accusing me of being a cop, being an undercover, trying to set them up, all this kind of stuff like that. And every time I'm just like, bro, listen, like literally you've told me this how many times now? I've been going through you for literally years now, bro. I've never been a cop. I'm not a cop. So why do you think I am a cop? And so finally, you know, he ends up calming down a little bit and he's just like, all right. But then he tells me exactly what I was afraid of. And that was that if they were to end up getting caught up anytime soon, that shit was gonna be on me. I had just nearly avoided many felonies that could have put me away for a long time in my life, you know, a long time in prison for real. This shit could have prevented me from getting jobs, getting a lease at an apartment. All kinds of stuff comes with getting a felony, you know what I mean? And so that was my number one thing. I'm glad I got out of that. But then I was able to just find comfort and relief in the fact that I still had my drugs, you know what I mean? Because unfortunately, like I said, I'm in full-blown active addiction, and realistically, that's the only thing I care about at that point in time. That was the only object of the day anyways, you know? And so I was just relieved at the fact that I still had everything that I bought that day and that I was still going to be able to use it freely that night and basically just get myself all hammered that night, you know? And so that's what I did. I ended up smoking pretty much all that dope I bought, you know what I mean? Snorting all the white that I bought and tried to forget about what exactly just happened. And let me tell you guys, that was a close ass call. The end, everybody. That was the end of this story. Let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comments, alright? I really appreciate you all. If you watched this video to the very end, you're an OG. I really appreciate you because that helps me out big time. And don't forget to hit that like button for me. Like I said, leave some comments down below. And if you liked this video and you want to see more just like this, also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I see a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so subscribe to my channel if you would, please. And then hit the post notification bell. That way you get notified of every single video as soon as it drops. And I also got some really dope hoodies on my website, veteranswithanxiety.com. Go hit up my website, man. I got some dope hoodies on there. I got some stickers, a couple of things like that. It really helped me out, support the channel and everything. Keep you warm during this winter. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, let's run it up. I love you all, like I said. Thank you for watching. That was my story time episode of a really close call, running from the cops, this and that and the other, all right? So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. There's going to be a lot more where this came from. Thank you again. Peace out.
Yeah, okay. What's up? I've been on a paper chase for months. I've been on a